Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Maybe you wake up feeling stiff, or by midday, you just don't have the drive you once did. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging is a natural process, but that doesn't mean we have to accept feeling tired, sluggish, or weaker than we should. In fact, some of the things we do every day, often without realizing, can secretly take years off our lives. But here's the good news. Just by making a few simple changes, you can boost your energy, improve your health, and add years to your life. Today, we're talking about 5 common habits that might be cutting your life short, and, more importantly, what you can do instead. If you want to feel healthier, stronger, and more vibrant after 60, you're in the right place. Let's get started. The first habit might surprise you because it's something we've all been told is good for us. But when done the wrong way, it can do more harm than good. I'm talking about sitting too much. Now, you might be thinking, of course I sit. What else am I supposed to do? And you're right, sitting isn't bad in itself. The problem is how much we sit. Studies have shown that sitting for long periods of time slows down circulation, weakens muscles, and even increases the risk of heart disease. Think about it, our bodies were made to move. But in today's world, it's easy to spend hours in front of the TV, at the computer, or reading a book without getting up. The key isn't to eliminate sitting altogether, that's unrealistic. But what you can do is make a simple change. Every 30 minutes, stand up and move around, even if it's just for a minute or two. Walk around the house, stretch your legs, or do a few light exercises. If you're watching TV, stand up during commercials. These small movements help keep your circulation strong and your muscles active, reducing the negative effects of prolonged sitting. And if you're someone who already walks regularly, that's fantastic. But here's something to think about. Are you walking the right way? Many people over 60 develop a habit of taking short, shuffling steps, which can weaken muscles over time and increase the risk of falls. Instead, focus on taking steady, purposeful strides, lifting your feet properly, and engaging your core. It's a small adjustment, but it makes a big difference in maintaining strength and balance as you age. Now, let's talk about the second habit, one that might be even more common than sitting too much. It's something we often do without realizing, and it can be just as dangerous, not drinking enough water. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked health risks for seniors. As we get older, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable, meaning we don't always realize when we need water. And if you're someone who doesn't drink much because you don't feel thirsty, you might be putting your health at risk without knowing it. Not getting enough water can lead to fatigue, joint pain, confusion, and even an increased risk of falls. It can also make existing health conditions worse. So, how do you know if you're drinking enough? A simple rule of thumb is this: if your urine is dark yellow, you are probably dehydrated. Aim for light yellow or clear. And don't wait until you feel thirsty. By the time that happens, your body is already lacking water. An easy way to stay on top of hydration is to keep a water bottle nearby and take small sips throughout the day. If you don't like plain water, herbal tea or water with a slice of lemon can be a great alternative. And remember, coffee and alcohol can actually increase dehydration, so if you drink those, make sure to balance them with extra water. Now, let's move on to something that affects not just your body, but your mind as well. It's something that can quietly drain your motivation, energy, and even your joy in life. But the good news is, it's entirely within your control to change. I'm talking about negative thinking. It's easy to slip into the habit of focusing on what's wrong, aches and pains, worries about the future, regrets about the past. And the more we dwell on these thoughts, the more they shape our reality. Studies have shown that chronic negativity can increase stress, weaken the immune system, and even shorten lifespan. But here's the incredible thing: just by shifting your mindset, you can actually improve your health and add years to your life. It starts with one simple practice: gratitude. Every morning, take a moment to focus on 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something small, like a beautiful sunrise, a call from a loved one, or even the fact that you woke up feeling good today. The more you train your mind to focus on the positives, the less power negativity will have over you. Another powerful tool is reframing. Instead of thinking, I'm getting old and slowing down, try saying, I have more wisdom and experience than ever before. Instead of, I can't do the things I used to, say, I'm finding new ways to enjoy life at this stage. Your words have power, and the way you speak to yourself matters. Of course, this doesn't mean ignoring real problems or pretending life is perfect. It just means choosing to focus on what's within your control, your attitude, your actions, and how you respond to challenges. A positive mindset isn't just about feeling better emotionally, it has real physical benefits, too. Studies show that optimistic people have lower blood pressure, better heart health, and even live longer than those who dwell on negativity. Now that we've covered 3 of the most common habits that secretly shorten life, let's talk about another one that many people overlook: poor sleep habits. Sleep is just as important for your health as diet and exercise, yet so many people over 60 struggle with getting enough rest. And when you don't sleep well, your body doesn't have time to repair itself, your immune system weakens, and your risk of chronic disease goes up. So, how do you fix it? That's what we're going to talk about next. Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Like no matter how much you try to stay active and eat right, something is just off. If you're over 60, you might have noticed that your body doesn't recover the way it once did. Some days, you wake up feeling great, and others, it feels like your energy has just disappeared overnight. But what if I told you that some of the habits you've been doing for years, maybe even decades, could secretly be cutting your life short? Now, don't worry. This isn't about scaring you. It's about making small, simple changes that can add years to your life and help you feel younger, stronger, and more vibrant. Because the truth is, most people don't even realize they're making these mistakes. But once you do, you can take control of your health and turn things around, starting today. Let's dive right in. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 60 is sitting too much. I know, resting feels good, and after a lifetime of hard work, you deserve to put your feet up. But here's the problem: our bodies were never designed to sit for hours on end. The more you sit, the weaker your muscles get. Your circulation slows down, your joints stiffen, and your metabolism starts to crash. And the worst part? Studies show that too much sitting increases your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. But here's the good news: you don't have to start running marathons or lifting heavy weights to fix this. A simple habit like standing up and moving around every 30 minutes can make a huge difference. Even small activities like walking around the house, stretching, or doing a few squats while brushing your teeth can keep your body active. The key is to break up long periods of sitting, because the more you move, the longer and healthier your life will be. Now, let's talk about another habit that might be secretly aging you faster than you realize: not drinking enough water. You've probably heard it before: drink more water. But it's easy to forget, right? And as we get older, our sense of thirst gets weaker. That means even if your body needs water, you might not feel thirsty. But dehydration isn't just about feeling dry or tired. It can cause serious problems like confusion, dizziness, and even kidney damage. So how do you fix it? The trick is to make hydration a habit. Start your day with a glass of water, before coffee, before tea, before anything else. Carry a small bottle with you, even at home, and sip throughout the day. And here's a little secret: if plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or cucumber for a refreshing twist. Your body will thank you for it. Now that we've covered these 2 common but dangerous habits, let's move on to another one that might be even more surprising. Now that we've talked about sitting too much and not drinking enough water, let's move on to something that might surprise you: eating too little protein. Many people over 60 unknowingly cut back on protein, either because they've lost their appetite, they want to eat lighter, or they think protein is only for bodybuilders. But here's the truth: your body needs protein more than ever as you age. It's what keeps your muscles strong, your bones healthy, and your immune system working properly. Without enough protein, your muscles start shrinking, your metabolism slows down, and even small tasks, like getting up from a chair or walking up the stairs, can feel harder over time. So how much protein should you be eating? A good rule of thumb is to include a source of protein in every meal. That could be eggs for breakfast, some chicken or fish for lunch, or even a handful of nuts as a snack. And if you're vegetarian, don't worry, beans, tofu, and dairy are all great options too. The key is consistency. Because when you give your body the protein it needs, you'll feel stronger, move better, and have more energy throughout the day. But here's where things get tricky. It's not just about what you eat, but also when you eat. And that brings us to the next habit that could be secretly harming your health: skipping meals. You might think, well, I'm not that hungry in the morning, or I don't really need 3 meals a day anymore. But skipping meals, especially breakfast, can have serious consequences. When you go too long without eating, your blood sugar drops, your metabolism slows down, and your body starts breaking down muscle for energy. Over time, this can lead to weakness, fatigue, and even an increased risk of falls. And here's something even more shocking: skipping meals can actually make you gain weight. How? Because when your body goes too long without food, it thinks it's in starvation mode and starts holding onto fat instead of burning it. That's why people who skip meals often feel sluggish, crave unhealthy foods, and end up overeating later in the day. The solution? Make sure you're eating regularly, even if it's just something small. A handful of nuts, a boiled egg, or a piece of fruit can do wonders to keep your energy up and your metabolism running smoothly. Alright, so we've covered sitting too much, not drinking enough water, eating too little protein, and skipping meals. But there's one more habit that could be silently cutting years off your life, and it's one most people don't even think about. We've covered a lot so far: sitting too much, not drinking enough water, eating too little protein, and skipping meals. But there's one more habit that could be silently cutting years off your life, and it's something most people don't even realize they're doing: not getting enough sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking: I just don't sleep as well as I used to, or it's normal to wake up more often when you're older. And while it's true that sleep patterns change with age, that doesn't mean you should just accept poor sleep as a fact of life. The reality is, lack of quality sleep can have serious consequences. It weakens your immune system, increases your risk of heart disease and memory loss, and even speeds up aging. The worst part? Poor sleep can make you feel decades older than you actually are. If you've ever woken up feeling groggy, achy, or just off, you know exactly what I mean. So, how do you fix it? First, set a bedtime routine, just like you did when you were younger. Try going to bed at the same time every night, even on weekends. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, TVs, at least an hour before bed. The blue light from these devices messes with your body's ability to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. And here's a big one: stop drinking caffeine late in the day. Even if you think coffee doesn't affect you, it can stay in your system for hours and quietly disrupt your sleep quality. Another game changer? Make your bedroom a sleep-friendly zone. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. If outside noise or light is a problem, try blackout curtains or a white noise machine. And if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, resist the urge to check your phone or turn on the TV. Instead, take a few deep breaths, relax your body, and let yourself drift back to sleep naturally. At the end of the day, small changes can make a huge difference. If you've been feeling tired, weak, or just not like yourself, don't ignore it. Your body is always giving you signals, it's up to you to listen. So, let's do a quick recap. The 5 habits that might be secretly shortening your life? Sitting too much, not drinking enough water, eating too little protein, skipping meals, and not getting enough sleep. If any of these sound familiar, don't worry, it's never too late to make a change. Even the smallest adjustments can add years to your life and make you feel stronger, healthier, and more energized. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you struggled with any of these habits? Which one are you going to start working on today? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 60. Here's to a long, happy, and healthy life, because you deserve nothing less.